recognize, 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 recognize game, recognize real, recognize game, recognize real, recognize game, recognize real, recognize game, recognize real.
Yeah, y'all know it's the second half, really it's the fourth quarter. It could be the last possession of the whole game. I'ma make every second count, create my own lane, take it to the hole, tunnel vision to the goal. Main aim is to maintain frame for the soul. These games just show improve the locus of control. Lo and behold, they gather cognizant of previous turnovers, but the lesser form of self's turn is over. It's a new day as the skull snaps out of it. Just step to remove all doubt of it. Not for the money, power, respect the cloud of it. Intrinsic value of art for art's sake till we out to say, to play, or the energy to do it. The support perpetuates the will to pursue it. This is a guided missile, not merely heat seeking. So for everybody listening, I'ma keep speaking till the rest of y'all
Recognize, 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 recognize game, recognize real, recognize game, recognize real, recognize game, recognize real, recognize game, recognize real, game, recognize game, game, recognize real, real, recognize game, real, recognize real, real, recognize game, game, recognize real, real, recognize game, game, recognize real, game, recognize game, game, recognize real, real, recognize game, real, recognize real, real, recognize game, real, recognize game, game, recognize real, game, recognize real, game, recognize this. In this game of life, I'm not trying to be the MVP. The enemy's the clock and the referee. In this game of life, I'm not trying to be the MVP. The enemy's the clock and the referee. Grow it up. In this game of life, my own worst enemy is me when I'm worried about the clock and the referee. Grow it up. In this game of life, my only real opponent is the less of me trying to play the clock and the referee.
Yeah, y'all know it's the first game. It could be a long season. Really, I'm just thankful to say I can still play when the wrong right. I'ma want my bread in circus. I can get my bread from the circus if I move with purpose, or while I pop to get away in such a way you can follow in the footsteps if they take it all away. You can learn from the escape, but you can learn from these mistakes. You can take it further and then pay it forward either way. It's a cold world, but humans are warm-blooded. If you acting cold-blooded, you ain't got your own heat, depending on the next man's shine. Cause you weak and wicked, we can look within and speak the truth. You got a lot to kick it, really that's a shame. You can look within too. Upbringing's just another part of what you've been through. I'm just trying to balance out my pride with humility. Might not be your fault, but it's still our responsibility.
Game, recognize game, game, recognize real, real, recognize game, real, recognize real, real, recognize game, game, recognize real, real, recognize game, game, recognize real, game, recognize